Hello, welcome Grammar Supers to this video, which will be recorded or is sponsored or given by these applications, given by StreamYard, and thanks to YouTube Stream and also Microsoft Whiteboard. Well, today we have three different topics. At the beginning, I mentioned. Or the title there, it's models of deduction and speculation. After that, we are gonna go through the reported speech. What are some of the most common examples we can find in reported speech? And finally, we're gonna have a little like some examples using sequencers. So in case you guys are in exams, and in case you are learning these particular topics for a particular exam, or you have to give a class, or you have to do certain activities or homework, so you guys can use this video. Well, let's write a topic. So if you guys might follow me by taking notes, I'm going to write here models, the topic, models of deduction, or I'm going to say, or speculation. Yeah, first of all, what is a model? Or what is a model itself, right? Remember that models we referred as the verbs themselves that have, for example, may, could, might, should. All those are modal verbs. Those are um, verbs that have a particular function. Yes, but we have here the topic is models of deduction or speculations. What I'm trying to say here in this title is that you can deduce or you can speculate with these models, but the deduction and speculation, they have different meanings, right? Now let me write it here. For example, when you talk about deduction, we are talking about process the process to get the facts. Yeah, so we can say it's more like, for example, what the police what they do. So they usually gather the evidence in order to find the truth of what happened, right? So you are deducing based on the facts, right? And when you speculate, you are basically guessing. Yes, it's guessing what might have happened, what happened. That is the difference. What happens, right? There you go. You're guessing what happened or what happens, right? It doesn't really yeah, it doesn't really affect if it's in present or past, but we're gonna talk a little bit about that later. But just to mention, like when you make a deduction, you are giving the facts or you are explaining something based on the evidence that you have. Yes, based on all the evidence and gathering all the evidence. And when you speculate, you're just guessing what happened. So you're not completely sure about that. Yes. So we have deduction and speculate. Now, first of all, we can make deductions or speculations in present or in past. Yes. So I'm going to make a divisory line here. Yeah, so this will be my past tense, right? I'm gonna deduce or speculate in past, and in here I'm gonna do all what I'm deducing in the present. Yes, guys, so just make sure that you are following this. Now, when you are making deductions or speculation, as I mentioned before, when you make a deduction, you are certain about something because you have evidence, right? So we can say that we have a high level of certainty. Yes, let me write it here, certainty. There you go. You have a 95% or 100% certainty about what happened. Yes, about a particular situation. For that reason, we use the modal verb must. Yes, so we use the modal verb must. And when we are talking about the past, we use a different form. We have must plus, we use have, and then we use the verb in participle. The verb in participle. There you go. My whiteboard is a little delayed, so I'm sorry for that. Must have and the verb participle. What am I saying? Let me give you some examples here. So, for example, when a person says, "Oh, the person is tired," yes, you can say, "You must, you guys can take notes. Remember, it's important to keep notes so you guys can review it later, right? Or if you guys want to watch this video, but I think we're going to extend a little bit more than 30 minutes today. You must be tired. Yes, you must be tired, right? If we can say that if you only wait, this is actually wait a moment here. So this is not actually, so if you guys are following, this is not an example of past. I'm sorry for that. But for example, you look tired, that will be it, right? You cannot say like you must be tired. So you can say you look tired. You look tired. And then you need to think about something that might have happened before, right? So you can say you must have gone to bed late, right? So that's actually the first thing that comes to my mind. You must have you must have gone to bed late, right? Yes. So as you can see here, so you are making a deduction, right? Because the evidence you have here, it's you look tired, like how the person looks. And that's why you make a deduction. So you must have gone to bed late. I'm sorry, I'm missing here the little preposition. Must have gone to bed late. Yes. So as you can see here, guys, so you have must, right? I'm using must, and then after that, I'm using the auxiliary have and the verb in participle. I'm following that structure. Now, another example can be, for example, I don't have my keys, right? You can say, okay, I don't have my keys. I don't have my keys. And well, the first thing that comes to your mind, where are they? And then you remember that you just came from your house, right? So you can say I must have left them, right, at home, at home. You see? So I'm making another deduction. I'm almost sure that I left the keys in my house at home. Yes, guys. So as you can see here, my evidence is that I don't have the keys and I cannot find them in the car. Yes. So I can say I must have I must have left them, right? As you can see there, I'm using the verb in participle left, right? Remember the present will be leave. Okay, so in here I'm making deductions. You can also make deductions by saying something is not truth, right? And you are still certain about that. Yes. How is that possible? Well, you can use another type of modal verb. For example, if you want to say something is not possible, something is not true, something is impossible to happen, yes, you can say, you can use the modal verb can't. Yes, you can also use the modal verb couldn't. Yes. And after that, we need to use the verb the same. We need to use the auxiliary have and the verb in participle. Yes, most of them, if you are making deductions in the past, usually you are going to have this auxiliary have. Yes. All right, well, let's continue here. So as you can see here, when you say something is not possible, is for example, you can say she can't have been happy, right? Imagine that person listening to the news, right, and it affected her somehow. You can say she can't have been happy. She can't have been happy about the bad news. She lost the scholarship, right? So that's why it's not happy. You know that that event is not really positive, and that's why you say she can't have been happy, right? Usually, people don't get happy when they receive bad news for them, right? So they get that's your evidence, in other words, right? So she can't have been happy. As you can see here, my structure will be can't, and then we have the auxiliary have, and finally we use the participle being. Yes, another example using this type of model, this structure, making deductions. We're still making deductions. Remember, we're certain that this is the reason why. Yes. For example, we can say, I can't have been Jazzy. It can't have been. It can't have been Jazzy. It must have been Walt, right? Based on your evidence, you can say it must have been Walt. I'm sorry for that handwriting at the end. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm using the model of deduction, but I'm using, or I'm saying that it's something is impossible to happen. So it can't be, it cannot be Jessie because look, Jessie must be somewhere else. She told me that she was going to her grandma, right? So you can say she can't have been. I'm using the participle form after the auxiliary. Yeah. Okay, let's continue here. So, but what about in present? So we haven't said anything in present. So how can I make a deduction? So I'm still certain about something, but now in the present, right? So remember, when we are talking about the past, right? I'm saying something that happened, right? Before what I say now. Yeah, so this is what happened before, and you are making speculations about this event in the past. Yes, that's why you are making that speculation. I mean, that deduction, sorry. Okay, so when we talk about a deduction in the present, so we can say, for example, now the example that I was about to give, like you look tired, but in this case we can say you must be tired. You must be tired. That's my deduction. Okay, that's my deduction. You must be tired. Yes, I'm making a deduction. If you only slept, oops, slept. I just made a mistake there. It was with P. Slept only 2 hours. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, you must be tired if you only slept 2 hours. So that's not enough, right? That's not enough. So that's why we can say that when you are making a deduction in the present, yes, I'm using the modal verb must. Yes, I'm using the modal verb must. Oh, wait, I'm not writing that. Okay, must. And after that, I need to use the base form of the verb. Base form of the verb. Base form of verb. Or in other words, sometimes people call it this infinitive. It's the verb infinitive. Yes, when you just write the verb. Yes, so as you can see here, I'm using the modal verb must and then the base form of the verb. It can just be about any other one. Yes, I can say any other verb. For example, I don't have my keys, right? Talking about the car itself, right? I don't have my keys. Let me write it here. I don't have my keys. Yes, I don't have my keys. I, or we can say he must have them in the car. Yes. I don't have my keys. Oh, and then you remember that is your friend or your roommate that is the one that has them, right? He must have them in the car. So right now, at this moment, he must have that. So as you can see, I'm making a deduction, yes, based on the evidence that I have. Like he usually does that all the time. So that's why you make that deduction. And when we say something is not truth, right? When we say, for example, with in present, when I say can't, remember that if we want to say something is impossible, yes, I can say can't or couldn't. That's the way I can uh, structure it, right? So we say couldn't plus the base form. The verb in the base form, or in infinitive, bare infinitive. Yes. Let me give you this example. For example, my account can be empty. My account, my bank account, can't be empty. hmm I got paid yesterday, so there must be money in the ATM, right? I got paid yesterday. There you go. Okay, the corner is a little bit difficult to write, but there you go. I think I got it. Okay, so as you can see here, my account can't be empty. So as you can see here, I'm using can't or couldn't. It's the same thing. So there's no big change. So if you guys write couldn't, there's no problem. Yes, my account couldn't be empty. So as you can see here, I'm using the base form. Yes. Okay. Let me go forward here. I hope you guys are following totally here. So let me go a little bit upwards. Okay, so let's move so we can continue. Now, we are in the deduction part, right? We are making deductions. Now, let's speculate, right? Let's make speculations. We're still having this divisory line, right, between the past and the present. Yes, remember on the left we have the past. Yes, we have past, and on the right we have present. Present. Yeah. All right. So now let's make speculations. Remember here, when you make speculations, yes, you are not completely completely certain about that happen. That is a speculation, right? When you are not completely certain. Yes, we don't know if it's true completely. Yes. All right. Now, what can we say? What modal verbs can we use for certainty or possibility? You probably remember if you have gone through these type of topics of the modal verbs. We can use might. Yes, we can use may. You can use a could, right? And then after that, I need to use the have, right? The auxiliary have, and then the verb in the participle form. Verb in the participle. There you go. We got there. Might, may, could, and then have, and then the verb in participle. How does that work, right? For example, I can say, don't call her. Yes, don't call. Right now, don't disturb her. Don't call her. Yes, don't call her. It's late. It's late, and she might have gone to sleep already. Yes, she might have gone to sleep, right? So as you can see here, I'm using the modal verb might. Yes, I'm using the auxiliary and I'm using the verb in participle. Yes, another example is, for example, we can say he looks Spanish, right? He looks Spanish. He looks Spanish, but he could be Italian. I'm sorry, but no, this is more like a speculation in the present. Let me go back here. Let me go back. For example, we can say Joe's, right? Late for class. Joe's late for class. Yes, she may have missed the bus, for example, right? She may have missed the bus. Yes, so as you can see here, I have just late for class. That's what happened, right? He is late. Yes, and why? And you're trying to explain that is she may have missed the bus, right? She may have missed the bus. Okay, I'm using here the auxiliary and I'm using the verb in the participle form. Yes, she may have missed the bus. Yes, and how can I make speculations now in the present form? How can I make them? So, for example, I can say, let me think about it. Okay, for example, he looks sick. He looks sick. He looks sick. Okay, he looks sick. She or he may not be feeling well. Be feeling well. Yes, he may not be feeling well. Yes, another example can be uh, that school that oops sorry for that, guys. It's just that there's a little delay here. Let me write it again. All right, let me see if we can make it happen. There you go. I think it's coming now. Okay, yeah. Now I think we got it back. Okay, it says that school may have classes. May have classes. Classes. Oops, I think there's a little delay again. Just this that school may have classes. There you go. For your level of English, right? For your level of English. And we need to recognize that sometimes schools offer a different type of levels, right? But not all of them. They can give you to, for example, a Z1 level, which is the highest you can get in any language. It says he looks sick. He may not be feeling right. As you can see here, I'm using a speculation, or I'm using the modal verb, and I'm speculating. If I want to say something that is happening right now, yes, I can say the be verb and then the ing form of the verb. Yes. So in this case, that school may have classes, right? May have classes. I'm using the may, right? And then I have the verb in the base form as we did it in before. So it's actually the same. Yes. In order to form the speculation, or in order to do a speculation, I can use any of these modal verbs. Okay, it's coming a little late. It's may and could. Well, I can't see when it's writing. Let's see. Okay, I hope you guys are following with the notes. It says might, may, and could in here. Yes, and then after that, I need to use the verb in the base form. Verb in the base form. Yes, form. There you go. Sometimes when you are using the be verb, right, like in the example I gave you at the beginning, like may not be feeling well, that's because I'm using a progressive. It's something that is happening, something that the person is experiencing in that moment. He may not be feeling well right now. Okay, well, guys, it's time for us to practice a little bit. Let's see. Just remember, yes, when we are completely certain about something, yes, we are completely certain. We are saying that it's a deduction. Yes, it's a deduction when we are certain, when we have facts, when we can prove it, right, with evidence. And when we speculate, we are just guessing. Yes, it's not really accurate what we are saying. And when we have deductions, we can say them in past or present. We can make deductions about the past, and we can make deductions about the present. When we make deductions, we are certain, right? And we use the modal verb must. Yes. And when we make deductions, and we want to say something is not possible, I can say the word, the modal verb can't or couldn't. Yes. And when we want to say it in present, it's the same. We can use can't and couldn't, but we need to use the base form of the verb. And in past, we always use the have, the auxiliary have, and the verb in participle. When we make deduction, when we make speculations, remember, we are not completely sure about what happened. And we have to use the modal verbs might, may, and could. If it's in past, we say have and the verb in participle. And when we say it in present, we say it's might, may, or could, which are the modal verbs for possibility and the base form of the verb. If it's in progressive, we say it in ing with the be verb. Like, for example, here we have he looks sick. He may not be feeling well. That school may have classes for your level of English. So it's, as you can see there, it's a possibility. So let's try a couple of examples, guys. Let's see if you guys can make it happen. I'm pretty sure you will, guys. Usually grammar supers are really, really accurate. So let's see. Okay, here we have it. Let me paste it over here. I think it's a good zone here to paste it. You guys need to choose which is the best option. You have to choose the correct option. Let's see, guys. I'm gonna give you some time first. Let me move it upwards a little bit. There you go. We have. I hope you guys can see it well. Let me do a little zoom here, and then we're gonna unlock it. So we have to lock it so it doesn't move. Okay, I think there's not a way to lock it, but well, let's continue here. And usually the features of different applications change, and well, this is the case. Okay, guys, well, we have to choose the best option. Which is the best model of speculation or deduction in here in this sentence? Yes. For example, here we have there's no reply. The person is not replying. He be out. So which is the best option there? Okay, so try to get some time. Write your answers in a piece of paper. Okay. Let's see if you guys can get it. You can write the answers as I told you in a piece of paper. Okay, I can see some people is answering. All right. Very good. There's no reply. Okay, so must. Oh, well, let's see. We're gonna find the answers in just a few minutes. I can see some interactions there. Excellent. I'm really hopeful that you guys are gonna get it well. Let's see. So there's no problem. You guys can see that later. It says there's no reply. Let's start finding the answer. So as you can see here, so we have four different options. We have can, must, can't, and mustn't, right? There's no reply. He can be out, must be out. He mustn't be out. So we have four. Actually, which one we can dismiss it already since it's not part of a speculation, right? It's just a modal verb, right? But in here, we're not speculating or deducting. Yes. So there's no reply. We can say it's must in here. Yes, he must be out, right? Of course, the person is not saying anything. Is not actually like opening the door. So he's not there. Yes, for sure. So we can say it's must. So you got it right. Yes, for there was a I think it's Astrid, the person who was answering correctly. Excellent. Number two, it says, I've got no idea where she is. Try the library. She might, can't, must, and will. I've got no idea where she is. Try the library. Which one is the best option in here? Okay, so it says there, try the library. She can't be in there, right? I've got no idea where she is. Try the library. She might be in there. She can't, must, or will. In this case, the correct answer will be can't. I'm sorry, might. Sorry. It's there you go. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's might in here. Might. Let me circle this. I think there's a little delay in the whiteboard. Sorry for that. I've got no idea where she is. Try the library. She might be there. You're just making a speculation. Yes, it's a speculation. You are speculating about what is happening. You are trying to explain that. Okay, let me go upwards here. Number 3, we have look at the way that guy is walking. He be drunk. Hmm. So we have 4 the options again. We have should, can, might, or must. Look at the way that guy is walking. He must, right? Why are we using must in here? Well, because we are completely sure that when a person is drinking, they lose balance, right? They don't have total coordination of their body. Yes, when a person is drinking that way. So that's why you are speculating about that. So he must be drunk. Yes, that's what you're saying. You cannot say might because, well, it's kind of obvious that the person, like how the person is walking. Number 4, it says, I've been working since 5 this morning. Imagine working since 5 a.m. this morning. So that's how. What speculation can you say? You would be exhausted. You can be exhausted, you must be exhausted, or you might be exhausted. I think in here, the most like viable option will be you must be exhausted, right? It's a total. Oops, I think I just marked it wrong. Wait a moment here. There you go. You must be exhausted, right? So as you can see here, so we have the verb must, right? I mean the modal verb must, and we have the speculation. I mean the deduction in the present. Number 5, it says you be hungry again. You've only just had dinner. We have can't, we have mustn't, might, or may not. Okay, so it's saying here. So as you can see, the person has only got their dinner. So a few minutes ago, he was eating, and the person doesn't believe you be hungry again. So it's impossible, right? Remember? So can't in here. Why? Because I'm saying that something is impossible to happen. It's happening. That's not possible that it's happening. So you can say you can't be hungry. You just ate a few minutes ago. Yes, it's impossible. You can't be hungry. Yes. Well, there you go. We got the answers. Number 6. I hope you guys are doing it well. I'm pretty sure that you guys do it well because you are following, right? And I know that you were taking notes too, so that's a good strategy. Number 6, we have they got there already. They only left 10 minutes ago. So we have can't, must have, or can't have. So we have 4 different modal verbs. Which one do you think is the best one? Uh-huh. The person, they only left 10 minutes ago. Okay. Okay, here, well, let me reveal the answer. Let me give it away now. As you can see here, can't have in this case, right? Why am I saying can't have in here in this option? Because you don't believe it, right? It's impossible again. But now I'm saying it in the past, right? It says here they only left 10 minutes ago. So that's not possible. It's not possible that they are there already. Let's suppose this is the airport. So it's not possible they got to the airport at that moment. So that's impossible, right? They can't have got there already. So it's too early. Maybe they're gonna maybe they're gonna get there in 30 minutes more. Yes, so that's why it's can't have. Right? We use it for impossible when you are certain that something is not happening. Okay, and the last one we have, you left it in the office. I suppose. Well, in here is giving you a clue, right? It's telling you, I suppose. You are making a speculation. You are supposing something. When you suppose something is not certain, you are not certain about that. So in this case, we have could have, might have, must have, or it says one and two are both possible. Well, the correct answer is the letter C, or the last option. One and two are both possible. Why? Because could and have, I'm sorry, could and might, they are for speculations, right? And we're making a speculation. So you might have left it in the office. Yes, we cannot say this one, right? Because this is for certainty and we are not certain, right? This expression here is telling me that is not certain. You are speculating, right? Okay, well, I hope you guys have got all of them right. And well, let's continue with the next topic. So I hope you can start making speculations about the present and in the past, present and past, as you can see it over here. Okay, well, now let's go to the next topic here. We have like 3 topics to go, and the next one is really common. It's a very common topic, especially and really functional for many of us because we're constantly repeating, or we constantly hear other people and they are telling us what happened, or they sometimes it comes to a time, it can come to a time when a person tell us something and the other person is asking what happened, what did he tell you, right? So this the second topic is reported speech. Reported speech, that's the next topic. All right, so you guys can take notes in any in your language, in your notebook. So go ahead. So I'm gonna give you some time for you to copy. There you go. All right. Well, when do we use reported speech? I can see some of the answers, some of the comments. Awesome. You guys are following really well. So you are really, really smart. I know about it. Okay. Remember that language when we are learning a English, it's really important for us to learn the structure, since we need to fix or insert the words in the right order. That's what grammar is. Yeah. So reported speech. What is reported speech? Right. In the first place, we need to think about when a person tells you something and another person is asking you what the person said. So in other words, reported speech is when you want to express what another person told you. Oops. Okay. I think this is gonna be a barrier for us to go on time. Just express what another, oops, again, is delaying another person said. Okay, so when you want to express what another person said, yes, That's basically what reported speech. And sometimes when we are in a movie, for example, when we are seeing a movie, and another person asks us, "What is the movie about?" And then you need to remember all what happened and what the character said. So basically, that's reported speech. When you want to express what another person said, not necessarily in oral speech, but also when it's written, what did he write, what did that person wrote, I mean, what did that person write in the letter, for example. Yes, anyway, so let's first of all, let's suppose we have here, I'm gonna make another divisor line here in the center so we can follow and we can identify the indirect speech. And in here, let me talk, let me write here real time. Let's first make sure that we have real time. This is what the actual person said in that moment, real time. And on the other side, we have the reported speech. Reported speech. Yes, so we have reported speech and real time. Now, what do I refer with real time? What does that mean? It's what the person is saying in that moment. Yes, so let me draw here a little person speaking, and well, it's coming a little bit late. The person is saying blah blah blah, right? Is talking. Yes, and in reported speeches, what did he say? Yes, the person is speaking, and in reported speech is basically saying, what did he say? Yes. Well, it's coming a little bit late. There you go. What did he say or she say or the character or anything, right? Anything. What did they say? Yes, that's basically reported speech. Now, one example can be, let's suppose the person says, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted, right? That's what the person says in that moment. The same person says, I'm studying. I am studying. I am studying, right? So how can you report this? In what did he say? Let's call this person, his name is Robert. Let's call him Rob. Okay, Rob is saying this. Is real time in that moment, right? The other person is listening. Yes. Okay, so we have the person is okay. My drawings are taking a little bit longer. Sorry for those drawings. I'm not the best drawer. Okay, so we have I am exhausted. So it says here he said or Robert said. mm, Okay, he said that he was exhausted. Exhausted. I think I have it already. Okay, yes, it's coming. He said that he was exhausted. Yes, as you can see there, I'm reporting what the other person said, what Rob said. Yes, and then also he said, I am studying. So we can say, Rob said he was studying. He is always studying all the time, which is really good. Okay, studying. He wants to get a nice scholarship in the best university. It says Rob said he was studying. Oops. Okay, I think I'm spelling the words not because I'm making mistake, but it's just that it's coming after. I'm sorry for that. Okay, let me draw this here. There you go. We got it. Studying. That's the correct way to write it. Rob said he was studying, so don't disturb him. Don't call him right now because he's studying. Yes, that's what he said. He was studying. That's what he said. Yes. Now, what is happening here? What can you notice in the verb conjugation? Yes, as you can see here, when Rob was speaking, he was saying, I am, right? It's like, I am right now at this moment. I am exhausted, right? And he also said he is, or he was studying. I am studying. That's what he said in real time, in that moment. Yes. And when we say in reported speech, I need to start the sentence by saying, he said, or Rob said, right? And then after that, as you can see here, this is the be verb. I am exhausted. I need to change it into past, right? He was exhausted. I'm not gonna say he is exhausted because I don't know if he is still exhausted. Yes, I don't know yet. That's what he said yesterday. So Rob said he was studying, right? As you can see, what changed was the be verb. Yes, it changed to past. That's what happened. Yes, when I'm talking about the present, I have to say that. Okay, let me give you more examples here. For example, if the person says, if Rob said, I love the concert. I love the concert. There you go. He probably went to the Journey, or maybe he went to the maybe Guns N' Roses, or any other band, the Killers, the Muse, or any other band. So let's see. I love the concert, right? The person will say, what did he say? What did Rob say? Rob said, or you can even say, told me. Rob told me he had loved the concert. Yes, Rob told me he had loved the concert. Love the concert. There you go. We got it. So as you can see here, what happened? It was in past already because the concert already finished. Yes, I love the concert. That's what he said in that moment after the concert. And it says here, Rob told me he had loved the concert. Now I'm using past perfect when it's in past. Yes. Let's give one more example here when about real time. Yes. For example, if Rob said, I will help you. I will help you. I hope it's coming quickly. Okay, it's still delaying. I will help you. Oops. Okay, again, we're having some technical problems. We have I will help you. Okay. And in here, we have I will help you. So I have to say, Rob, Rob told me he would help me. You see, this person over here, it's not you anymore. It's me. He was talking to me yesterday, and he told me that he would help me in that moment. Yeah. So as you can see here, so he would, I changing would in reported speech when the person is using will. Yes, will changes for would in reported speech. That's what happens. Yes. Um, Basically, that's reported speech, right? Let's suppose Rob told me to call him, right? Let's suppose Rob was telling me, he said, call me after the concert. Call me. Let's suppose Rob was in the Coldplay, concert. Call me after. Oops, we have misspelled there. All right. I think I'm just delaying a little bit since it's the technical problem is affecting the way I'm writing here. It is after. Call me after the concert. Okay, let's see if it's coming after that. Okay, call me after the concert. Call me after. Oh, there you go. It finally came through. All right, call me after the concert. So Rob told me to call him. To call him after the concert, right? After the concert. Well, let me put some points there. Okay, Rob told me to call him after the concert. So as you can see, that's the way I can report. And what happens here when when a person is giving you an order or is asking you to do something for that person, so you can say Rob told me, and then the infinitive form to call him. Yes. So that's the way I can report speech. That's the difference between real time and reported speech. Now it's time for us to practice a little bit. Yes, let's see if we can actually have the answers correctly. Yes, don't forget, if you guys have questions, you can tell me. Yes, if you have questions, you can let me know at all times. Yes, you just type it in there. Okay, let me go there and let's see if you guys are ready. Okay. Here we go. Let's move it a little bit upwards. Certainly, we have more ways or more things or more structures that the person can use. For example, the person can say a question, for example, right? Here we go. We got the exercise here. It says write the best verb in reported speech. Let me go put it upwards here and zoom it a little bit more. Let's put it a little bit bigger. There you go. I think we got it. I think it's perfect. All right. So if you guys are at home, you guys can write it. Yes. For example, we have the first sentence. It says, I work in a bank. And as we mentioned before, we have to say it in we cannot use the present anymore. We have to go back in time. Yes, because that person already uh, said it in the past. It's already past. I work in a bank. He said that and the correct answer would be worked in a bank, right? It should be in past. So it's present. We can say that present changes to past in report to speech. Number two, I am working today. She told us she was working, right? So remember, we're still following the same structure. Present changes to past in reported speech. Yes, because it's not already that time. Okay, number three, I've been ill for a couple of days. I've been ill for a couple of weeks, sorry, not days. He told me for a couple of weeks. All right, the correct answer would be he told me he had been ill. Remember, ill is when a person feels sick. You're not feeling well. Yes, he told me he had been ill for a couple of weeks. Yes, in this case, when I have something in past or present perfect changes to past perfect. Yes, so it's present perfect here. I have been, that's present perfect. And you need to change it to past perfect. Perfect. There you go. We got it. Number 4. I was at the doctor all morning. She told me that she had been at the doctor all morning. You see, I'm using a past verb. Yes, was is in past. So I have to change it to past perfect. Let's see if it's coming. It's taking a little bit more than usual this time. It says she had. Now it's coming. Okay, finally. It says been. It says past changes to past perfect. Okay, number 5. It says I'll lend you the money. And the correct answer, what would it be? If it's will, what would it be? All right, let's check it here. So we have, if it's I will lend you the money, so the person would say, he told me he would lend, right? He told me he would lend me the money. Yes, so when I have will, it changes to would. Number 6, it says, I can't do it without your help. She said she couldn't do it without my help. All right, I think we are having technical problem there, so it's still taking longer than usual. And the last one, the meeting may start early, is the number 7. It says the meeting may start early. He told us that the meeting, and when it's may, you need to write might. Might start. Let's see if it's coming after. Okay, it's taking longer, so I think it's a little bit delayed. I think it's almost like 40 seconds delayed. All right. Okay, now as you can see here, that is the way that it works, the reported speech. So we have to use the the tense that was before that one. All right. Well, I hope you guys have already increased a little bit more your grammar knowledge about the reported speech and the models of speculation. Just make sure if you guys have questions regarding the reported speech or the models of deduction, you guys are welcome to ask me questions. So I'm ready to help you. And if you guys are stuck in one particular topic, I can also explain a little bit deeper in that. So I hope you guys are fine. Don't forget to subscribe and also remember to give comments. So I'm ready to accept all the comments you have in order to improve. And maybe if you guys want to hear about a particular topic in English, so I'm ready to explain it in this type of classes. So I hope you guys are well. Have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have understood all what we've been through. And it was great to have you here. So bye bye. See you the next time.